Hey guys, Rorius here. Welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Or the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I'll start this episode off by saying thank you to Tiana for buying this for me. I've seen the Game Grumps play some amount of Ace Attorney, or Phoenix Wright, and I loved what I saw, so I was like really keen to give this a try. And thank you to Tiana for getting this for me on Steam. There are 3 games. I'm gonna just focus in on the first game for now. I'm really keen to give this a try. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Yes. Because if you've never played the Phoenix Wright games, it's basically like a cross between like being a lawyer and being like a detective. I should probably set it up so that I have to make it move on. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. Wait, can I pause it? I'll make it look like he did it. Yeah, except for some reason in this game they decide to... August 3rd, 9:47 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. They allow you to know exactly who is the murderer. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before the case? Yes? Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out, any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over? It's over, my life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh. Wait, what? I think I accidentally hit court record. Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. It's Buds. I've seen like bits and pieces of this, but after this first episode, was it this first episode? I watched like 1 or 2 episodes on Game Grumps, and I was like, I have to play this myself. So there'll come a point where I don't know what's happening anymore. And I'll probably let you know once I get to that point. So I'll try and remember to tell you. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, wait, this guy, he's gotta have like a... Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't. I shouldn't make fun of him so much because it is his girlfriend who's died. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. I feel like I should put some I was trying to do Phoenix as me, but I feel like I should put some voice on him. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Stupid. I like how this is the first ever Phoenix Wright game, and it opens like this. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has this terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's got a good heart. He's a good guy at heart, sorry. It's that, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 2. Ah, yes. Court is now in... Wait, I gotta get a good voice for him, because he shows up a lot. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Oops, I keep pressing that by accident. Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Phoenix Wright. You're supposed to use buttons and not a keyboard, but I have... Maybe I should plug in the controller. Maybe that would be better. Because like when I hover over stuff, it doesn't automatically... Alright, it's alright. I can click it. It's fine. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Okay, wait, let's go... Oh, okay, I can't actually bring it up just yet. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim, of course. I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Court record. Cindy's autopsy report. So it's Cindy. But like, it doesn't have a surname. Loss of blood due to a blunt trauma. So it's Cindy. Cinder block. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
Giving like a nerd voice. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record, yeah. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls defendant Mr. Butts to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Oh dear.
Ahem. Mr. Butts. Mr. Butts.
I'm trying to do like a nasally voice, but it's not really working.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. They all died. I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them, the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Okay. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way!
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Several sugar daddies.
That needs to be a quote. Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Ms. Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? Objection! My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! And yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. It's like I didn't see her. Oh?
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness?
The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
I suddenly remember the timeline of events. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank saw it to the stand.
Frank saw it? Yeah. This bastard.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
What was this guy's voice?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I see. Witness account.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Wait a second. The damn time of death, 4 to 5 p.m. How do I object? The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. I know you get. Oh, you have to cross. That's right. You get. They tell their testimony in full, and then you cross-analyze it. What's it called again? Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones are not do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Syatt used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Out from noon to 6 on the day of the crime. So the blackout would have still been happening, but his time of 1 p.m. was bullshit. No, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Here we go. Cross-examination? Your Honor? Right, this is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What, was he lying? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Oopsies. Then that witness must have lied in the testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. Yeah, so this is like an older school version of Papers, Please, where you gotta look for contradictions in the evidence. But you have to find the evidence first. If you don't find all the evidence, it becomes really hard to prove your case. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it. And rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Okay. Cross-examination. Okay, we'll get to the part that I'm thinking of. Thought he must be in the hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Think it was strange. I looked inside the apartment. Moving dead. The phone in the apartment wasn't working. Time exactly 1 p.m. Here we go. Do I press or do I just present? Press. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Okay, so, present. Present. Objection! Here we go. You found the body at 1 p.m., you sure? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find this hard to believe. Mr. Sword. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again?
The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Except, immediately, why can I just object immediately?
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Yeah. The friggin' power is off. Clearly. I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying time, it was probably coming from the television. Do I just immediately... I'm just gonna straight up present. I'm not even gonna... present. Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution said there was a blackout at the time of this discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or a video. Ah! The
defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawyer?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite.
Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawyer, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility.
That,
and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It, must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawyer. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Hearing the time. Come on. Give it to me.
Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Wait, what was the thing there? Wait. I need to look at the... I'm gonna press him on the Sawyer part. That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake.
Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry, I only just remembered that table clock.
A table clock?
Okay. Yeah, the murder weapon, I could use it. The murder weapon?
Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something?
Something's fishy here. Can I examine my evidence? That must have been what I saw. Oh, so yeah, like, it's the fact that he's saying that the table clock was the thing to strike to kill the... I'm gonna present this. I think I remember how this goes. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
Ah! You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sawyer.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Yes. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. See, this is why I was confused at first. I was like, wait, there's something I'm missing, and I forgot that it's like, you don't know it's a clock until you push the subject. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he, went into the apartment. You're lying. Wait, you're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh, yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw it. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke. The murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Ah!
Threw his toupee at me.
Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn, give him death.
I should stop doing that, I'm gonna blow out my vocals. Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sod heard was definitely this clock. The fact, which is clear, if you simply try sounding the clock, examine the clock's batteries, try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now and hear it in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:26. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:23.
Ack! 3 hours off. Yeah. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saw heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saw try to talk your way out of this one.
Ha! You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh, what's he talking about now?
Well, it may seem like this clock is running 3 hours slow. This proves nothing.
How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder?
If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
I gotta change up his voice a little. He's right, how am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. No, I know how it is. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your case. I don't, I know what it is, I remember. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the victim. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination. Wait, I have the evidence! I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens.
And look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You liars are all slime.
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. Is there really nothing? Wait, I was gonna say, what is happening? Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Mia chimes up. Mia? I mean, Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? I know exactly, yeah, I already know the reason. I'm like, let me say it. Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. I know it. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Because Paris is 3 hours behind. Like, with this area wherever they live.
The victim had just returned home from abroad that day, the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours.
Right, which is like, yeah. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there.
The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast.
The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong.
Proof enough for you? Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did
It? Oh my god, he passed out. Holy shit.
Order, I say.
This game's great. This game's really good. What's funny though is that this is only like, this is the like normal, this is the courtroom part of the game, but there's like a whole evidence gathering system as well. But I have a feeling that we're probably not going to see that in this first case.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty.
I saved you, buddy.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like, now, theoretically now Mr. Saw It will be like taken to have his own trial that, you know, determines his guilt. Because that trial was for Larry Butts, not for Mr. Saw It. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. Oh. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Yeah. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Phew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. I keep putting on the wrong voice for Phoenix. I try to give him, like, as neutral a voice, like, as close to my voice, but with an American twist to it. And it's just not working. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. She doesn't realize his name's Larry. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate dinner. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. But it's because it's another woman paying attention to him. Oh hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her.
I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this?
Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry?
Larry.
Are you so sure? Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh?
Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Well, I guess present this. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am, thanks.
Aw. Hope that made him feel a little bit better.
Right.
I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part, at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
I was gonna say, don't get used to this. You'll see why.
And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident, and my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. So that's chapter 1 of this first game. Or episode 1. Maybe that's what I try and do. Maybe I try and line it up. A brand new episode has been added. Oh, did I accidentally click? Yes. Save progress? Oh, it's jumping straight in. No! I can't exit. Let's just end this here. I was gonna say, I might, depending on the length of the episodes, it's probably not gonna be the case for future episodes, I imagine, but I'll try and line these up. That first episode is a perfect length for an episode on the channel. Episode 2 will probably be like 2 or 3 episodes, and then it'll be like 2 or 3 episodes each in-game episode. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I already have fallen in love with this game. Being in the characters, like doing all the voices and stuff, being in the like heightened moments where there's like the music gets really intense because it's like objection. That's really fun. Like it's such a different experience watching it versus playing it. Because I definitely had seen that episode right through before. Playing it myself just felt so much more intense and felt so much more satisfying than watching the Game Grumps play it, for instance. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing this. I hope you guys look forward to seeing more episodes of this as well. But in the meantime, if you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe! Check the links below in the description for my Instagram, my Twitter, my merchandise if you wish to buy some Rorius channel merchandise. I promise I'll be putting some specialty items up there pretty soon, because I got some new things I want to put out on like t-shirts and whatever. But whatever the case. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.